Hi, my name's Jeff Farnsworth, and I'm running for state representative here in Allegan County, the 88th District. And I'd like to talk to you today about part-time state legislature. I bring that up because it's something that maybe the time has come for that. Many people have complained about how bad our state reps and state senators were last year and how they really didn't balance the budget. They just overspent and then had a huge tax increase on us. And one of the major problems with that is that was at the end of 2007, and we had to have a huge tax increase going into 2008. The schools had already started in the fall last year, and they didn't have a clue as how much money they were actually going to get from the state and how many teachers they could keep, how many they had to let go. I mean, it was pretty much chaos for all of the schools and their employees. And that was a direct result of our state reps and state senators and the governor. And I bring that up because, you know what? Our founding fathers were part-time legislators. In fact, they wrote up the Declaration of Independence, and I've actually got a copy of the Constitution. And this was all completed by part-time legislators. Founding fathers were part-time legislators. They had full-time jobs, and they part-time became our national legislature, and I thought they did a very good job as part-time legislators. So to say that we have to have a full-time state legislature here in Michigan doesn't really lend any credibility. In fact, statistics are showing that we're one of 4 states that have a full-time state legislature out of 50 states. 46 other states have decided they don't need full-time state legislators and never went with them. We're one of only 4 states that has gone with a full-time state legislature. In fact, we're not even one of the largest states. There's a couple states that are 2 or 3 times as big as us that have full-time state legislators, and they have a lot bigger budgets than what we have here in Michigan. So yes, I support a part-time state legislature. I think that is a way of trying to help our state, especially when times are tough like they are here in Michigan. Why should we be paying $80,000 a year for a state representative, or even more than that for a state senator, when we have people that are losing good paying jobs because the economy is getting worse, and part of it's because of Lansing overspending. So that is so important that we control spending in Lansing, and we work with businesses and try to keep our taxes reasonable. Now, we need taxes to provide services, but we don't need to increase spending and cause more issues. So I am in favor of part-time state legislature. That is a way of reducing costs. Instead of $80,000 a year, it might be where it's $40,000 a year for them to be a part-time state legislator. And that way they have to have another job and be a part-time job elsewhere outside of Lansing. So they know what it's like when we pass laws in Lansing, how it affects all the other workers in the state. So I think that's pretty important. So that's another reason why we need to go with a part-time state legislature. Another reason, that way they spend time with other everyday folk out in their districts working a job, so they know what their friends and co-workers feel about the tax increases or the spending in Lansing. That makes them a better state rep or state senator when they go back to Lansing, because they know firsthand how it affects everybody else, including them. And so I think that's pretty important. As we go forward, that part-time state legislature, I think the time has come for us to go that route. One way of controlling spending with them, and also that way we can control spending overall in Lansing. And that's probably one of the best places to start, is that. So I welcome your discussion on this subject. If you want to email me on my website, that would be great. But I am for a part-time state legislature, and I'm willing to be able to get the budget balanced by May 31st as a part-time state legislator. That way I can go back into my district and work my job just like everybody else. And I think that's important to represent you knowing that. So with that, I encourage you to vote for me August 5th to be your next state representative, so I can represent you and the people I work with in the district and in Lansing. Thank you.